Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a genuinely fascinating intersection of human thought. We're going to explore how entirely distinct belief systems, originating in completely different corners of the world, somehow connect in a profoundly unified way. We are talking about the deep, underlying connection between karma, the Golden Rule, and Matthew 7:12. It's basically a journey straight into the mechanics of exactly how we treat one another.
Okay, let's dive into this. How do entirely different cultures solve the exact same moral equation? It is such a compelling question, right? When you look across the globe and back through centuries of human history, you see people desperately searching for a framework to guide their behavior. And remarkably, from ancient ascetics in India to first-century philosophers in the Mediterranean, despite wild differences in geography and tradition, humanity often arrives at the exact same fundamental answer for how a healthy society should function.
So, our focus today is a universal ethical thread. The core premise here is that our actions have inevitable consequences, which perfectly sets the stage for the three specific paths we'll be exploring today.
Our first path brings us east to karma, cause and effect. This concept is deeply rooted in ancient Indian religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism.
By definition, karma is the principle of cause and effect, where an individual's positive or negative actions generate consequences that influence their future. It's incredibly straightforward, yet profoundly impactful. Basically, you reap what you sow. Positive actions yield favorable outcomes, while negative deeds inevitably bring undesirable effects right back to you.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that karma goes way beyond just external outcomes. It isn't just some cosmic vending machine where you put in a good deed and pop out a prize. It is a deeply internal moral journey. It requires ethical behavior, demands a high degree of self-awareness regarding your true intentions, and is fundamentally centered on compassion. It's about shaping exactly who you are on the inside, just as much as navigating what happens to you on the outside.
Moving west, we find our second path, the Golden Rule. This is a universal ethical precept woven into the fabric of virtually every major culture and religion worldwide. It strips away a complex theology and boils ethics down to one timeless sentence: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This serves as a brilliant moral compass for humanity, mainly because it forces you to step directly into someone else's shoes before you act, relying on basic human empathy rather than a rigid list of rules. This isn't just about being polite. It is an active tool for fostering real harmony. By projecting your own desires for fairness onto others, it creates a self-sustaining cycle of goodwill. It encourages mutual respect and prompts everyone to consciously consider the impacts of their actions, effectively rooting society in empathy and reciprocity rather than selfishness. Our third path takes us to Matthew 7:12, divine teaching. This is found right in the New Testament of the Bible and is attributed directly to the teachings of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount.
So in everything do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. This beautifully embodies the absolute essence of the Golden Rule. But crucially, notice how it attaches it to the law and the prophets, which to a first-century audience meant the absolute entirety of all known scripture and moral instruction.
So the crucial point is its absolute centrality in Christian ethics. By tying this simple principle to the whole of ancient instruction, Jesus emphasizes its universality in guiding human behavior. He's saying this isn't just one rule among many, it is the fundamental anchor for all relational morality.
Now let's synthesize this in the power of reciprocity. We are going to connect these three very distinct concepts to see the big picture. And this brilliantly illustrates how these diverse traditions view human interconnectedness through three completely different lenses. Karma relies on a cosmic and spiritual balance born out of Indian religions. The Golden Rule operates on moral and ethical simplicity found universally worldwide. And Matthew 7:12 grounds itself in the scriptural and divine authority of the Christian New Testament.
But look at the shared convergence here. Despite their vastly different origins, they all maintain a fierce focus on moral responsibility. They highlight the total interdependence of our actions and outcomes and stress the absolute importance of intentional, compassionate actions. Ultimately, they are unified fundamentally by one concept: reciprocity. It's the exact same profound, shared wisdom for harmonious living.
Let's move to how this builds into everyday practice. Distilled down to its application, the shared wisdom across all these traditions is fiercely practical. If you want good results in your life, you must do good deeds to all other people.
While life always has its chaotic exceptions, this remains a reliable, mathematically identical moral equation. Bad deeds usually invite bad outcomes.
Which leaves us with one uncomfortable but incredibly vital question. Are the actions you're taking today planting the seeds for the future you actually want to live in? Whether you view your life through a cosmic lens, an ethical baseline, or divine text, our actions echo. If you enjoyed this explainer and want more sound, morally based wisdom, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.